Alright, viewers, students, everybody, welcome back to our next segment of the lectures on Bismarckian diplomacy. We have discussed on the objectives or the aims of Bismarck in foreign policy. In this second segment, we will be looking at the manifestation, the stages, or how, or the method that Bismarck used to achieve his objective. We know that the main objective of Bismarck in foreign policy was to isolate France. That was the main objective. The primordial objective of Bismarck in foreign policy was the isolation of France. Now, we have to look at how Bismarck was able to isolate France from going closer to Austria, Russia, Britain, and Italy. The first stage or the first manifestation of Bismarck in foreign policy was the formation of the Dreikaisebund agreement. The Dreikaisebund was formed in the year 1872, immediately after the Franco-Prussian of 1870-1871. This Dreikaiser is a German word. Drei means three, Kaiser means king, and Bund means coming together. Therefore, we have Drei, I say three, kings, Kaiser, and Bund coming together. So, three kings coming together. That was the meaning of the word Dreikaisebund. And which were these three emperors? We can call it the link of the three emperors. There was Emperor Francis Joseph of Austria, Francis Joseph of Austria. There was Tsar Alexander II of Russia, Tsar Alexander II of Russia, and there was Kaiser William I of Germany. These were the three emperors or the three kings that formed the Dreikaisebund. Bismarck convinced them to form a verbal agreement. We call it Dreikaisebund. It was a verbal agreement where these three crown emperors, they agreed to come together and fight against socialism, because Bismarck played over their intelligence against socialist revolution. So these emperors were not in support of socialism, they wanted capitalism. So Bismarck called them, now let's come together and fight socialism in the world. And they came together and they also agreed that they are going to consult one another over international issues in Europe. In this way, they have agreed verbally to follow this term. Bismarck started winning in this area because he has already struggled to secure the friendship of Austria and Russia, whom they were the cardinal point of Germany not to see France going closer to, by convincing the emperors to form the Dreikaisebund of 1872. The next stage in Bismarck foreign policy was the Berlin Conference of 1878. Bismarck summoned this conference called the Berlin Conference of 1878 because a problem came up in Europe, in the Balkan in Europe. There was the Balkan in Europe which was ruled by Turkey. Turkey was the main country ruling the Balkan. Turkey has formed an empire called the Turkish Empire, or we call it the Ottoman Empire. This Ottoman Empire, Turkey was ruling Bosnia and Herzegovina. Serbia was a member of the Turkish Empire. We have Romania. We have Bulgaria. We have Montenegro. Among other countries that were under the Turkish Empire. Under this Turkish Empire, these countries were not happy being under Turkey. The first country that fought to stay out of the Turkish Empire was the Slavs of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Slavs fought for their independence, but the Turkish suppressed them. Another country that arose against Turkey was Bulgaria. Bulgaria championed a war, but Turkey suppressed Bulgaria. In this way, Russia was not happy for the fact that Turkey has suppressed Bulgaria. Russia came and together with Russia and Romania, they fought and defeated Turkey. And when Turkey was defeated in 1877, a treaty was signed against Turkey, where Turkey accepted the terms of the Treaty of San Stefano. The Treaty of San Stefano was signed. Turkey accepted the terms of the Treaty of San Stefano because she was defeated by Russia and Romania. What were some of the terms of the Treaty of San Stefano? Russia accepted that she was going to increase the size of Bulgaria to create a big Bulgaria in the Balkan. She took part of the size of Turkey and added it to Bulgaria, so Bulgaria became very large and the size of Turkey was reduced. When this was done, Britain was not happy because Britain felt that Russia creating a big Bulgaria, Russia wanted to use the Bulgaria and have access to the Balkan, expand her influence in the Balkan. So Britain was not happy, as well as Austria-Hungary was not happy, because we need to understand here that the big countries in Europe, Britain, Austria, and Russia, they also have interest in the Balkan because the Balkan was very rich. So Britain was angry for the fact that in the Treaty of San Stefano, Turkey, Russia, had to increase the size of Bulgaria. Britain was not happy because he knew that Russia would use Bulgaria to control the Balkan. Austria was not happy also. So because of this, Bismarck became a tactician because he realized that with this crisis in the Balkan, a war would easily erupt in Europe. Don't forget, in the lectures of Bismarck objectives, one of his objectives was to prevent a war in Europe. So Bismarck, being a tactician in diplomacy, he acted immediately by summoning the Berlin Conference of 1878. After the Treaty of San Stefano was signed in 1877. Bismarck 1 year summoned the Berlin Conference of 1878. Where in the Berlin Conference of 1878, Bismarck exercised his tactics as a diplomat to maintain peace to a certain level, because Bismarck had to please Britain by making sure that they reduce the size of Bulgaria, and Britain was pleased. Bismarck again in the Berlin Conference gave Bosnia and Herzegovina to Austria, which were the desire of Austria. In this conference, Bismarck had pleased Britain and also pleased Austria. Russia was now angry, or Bismarck felt that Russia was not pleased. Though we call Bismarck that he was a honest broker in the conference. Honest broker. But here, Bismarck was not satisfied because he knew that since Russia was not well pleased with the conference, since Russia accepted all the terms that were taken in the Berlin Conference, one, Russia accepted it because he knew that if she wanted to argue, she was going to face a war in two fronts, which means that Austria and Britain, they were going to fight her, and Russia was not willing to go into a war that she would fight against Britain and Austria. So she immediately accepted the terms of the Treaty of Berlin of 1878. And when Russia accepted it, Bismarck was not still comfortable because he thought that since Russia was not pleased, Russia would go and form an alliance with France. Don't forget, the objective of Bismarck was to prevent an alliance with France, to prevent any other European nation from moving closer to France. So Bismarck now moved into the next stage. Since the man has discovered that he has angered Russia, Bismarck now, 1 year after, he called Austria and Germany and Austria-Hungary in 1879. They signed what we call the Dual Alliance. Dual Alliance means it was an alliance of Germany and Austria. Why did Bismarck call this Dual Alliance or form the Dual Alliance? Bismarck did so because he knew that Germany had already displeased Russia in the Berlin Conference, and Russia could easily move closer to France. And he called Austria, and the terms of the dual alliance with Austria were that Bismarck asked Austria that if, in case France is faced with a war with Germany, Austria should stay neutral. Austria should stay neutral. The reason why he asked Austria to stay neutral because he knew that France cannot fight Germany alone and defeat Germany. That's why Bismarck asked Austria as a term under the Dual Alliance to stay neutral if France is faced with a war with Germany. The second condition was that if France go and ally with Russia, then Germany should ally with Austria, should come and support Germany, so that together Austria and Germany should fight France and Russia. That was the terms of the dual alliance. Still, Bismarck was not happy with that. Bismarck felt that if Russia should in case go and beat with France, they could fight Germany and defeat. So Bismarck has to play his tactics by struggling to renew the Dreikaisebund by calling Russia to come to the side of Germany by renewing the Dreikaisebund Treaty of 1881. In the year 1881, Bismarck had to convince Russia so that the Dreikaisebund Agreement of 1872 should instead be signed now as a treaty in the year 1881. Tsar Alexander II of Russia, he came and signed this Dreikaisebund Treaty in 1882, in 1881, and in June 1881, the people of Russia assassinated him because they felt he had betrayed them because Germany has sanctioned Russia in the Berlin Conference of 1878. What were the conditions of the Dreikaisebund Treaty? Bismarck asked Russia that she was never going to support any country in case Russia is involved with a war with any country in Europe, which was likely to be Britain. Bismarck will not give support to Britain. And on the side of Russia accepted on the Dreikaisebund Treaty that if Germany is faced with a war with France, therefore Russia should stay neutral. Again, under this treaty, Bismarck gave Russia, since he wanted to please Russia, he gave Russia the power to create a big Bulgaria, and Russia recognized that Bosnia and Herzegovina were given to Austria. Bismarck has again win the friendship of Russia because Russia was displeased in the Berlin Conference of 1878. Now, the next stage was Bismarck discovered that he has gained the friendship of who? Russia again into the Dreikaisebund Treaty. Bismarck now wanted to gain the friendship of Italy to avoid Italy, France from moving closer to Italy. Since he has already gained Austria and Russia, he wanted now to include Italy in his alliances. So, Bismarck in the year 1882, after the Dreikaisebund Treaty was signed, Bismarck now turned his antenna and put it towards Italy to call Italy to form an alliance. So, to do this, Bismarck called France and encouraged France to go to Tunis. Tunis is the capital of Tunisia in North Africa. Italy was in Tunis, struggling to annex Tunis. Bismarck, in order to make France to forget about Alsace and Lorraine in Europe, Bismarck called France and said, France, go to Tunis, go and take over Tunis. France came to Tunis when Italy was already there struggling to colonize. France came and Italy could not stand the test of time to resist France. Italy willingly threw herself looking for support. When Italy was looking for support because she could not stand the test of time to fight France, Bismarck again, being a tactician in diplomacy, called Italy behind and said, Italy, come and join me. Italy came and joined the dual alliance and they changed it to the triple alliance. So now the triple alliance was now Germany, Austria, and Italy. These were the three members who formed the Triple Alliance. What were the terms of the Triple Alliance? Germany and Austria, they asked Italy not to fight against Britain because they knew that if Italy wanted to fight against Britain, since Britain has not yet joined an alliance, Britain will go and ally with France. Again, they asked Italy that if France come and attack Italy in a war, they were going to join Italy to fight against France. They have now played over the intelligence of France because he was the one who asked France to come and take the risk, knowing full well that when France will come, Italy and France they will have issues, so he will easily win the interest of Italy. And Italy successfully joined the Dual Alliance and they formed what we call the Triple Alliance. Now, Bismarck, since the next factor or stage was that Bismarck knew that he was not interested in colonialism. After all, he was not a colonial man. He made it clear that Germany's main interest was to concentrate on European affairs. But from 1884, because of pressure from Pan-German League, the German Colonial Association, and the German traders in Africa, Bismarck now was under pressure to look for a way to engage herself into the colonial race. So Germany joined the colonial race in 1884 and annexed territories in Africa such as Tanganyika. Tanganyika in East Africa. Germany annexed Togoland in West Africa. Togoland in West Africa. Germany annexed Cameroon in Central Africa. And German Southwest Africa or Namibia in the south of Africa. We will talk about Rwanda Burundi, which was another German territory in East Africa. Rwanda Burundi. Now, these were some of the territories that Germany annexed in Africa. Now, Bismarck discovered that the fight for colonies in Africa was already creating tension among European countries, and even Germany was already having tension with other European nations over territories in Africa. And in order for him to prevent a war in Europe that would disturb the status quo where Germany was dominating European politics, because when she would be involved in a war, it was going to affect her. Bismarck now had to summon the Berlin African Conference, which started on the 15th November 1884 to the 26th of February 1885. This conference was to solve issues that came up among European countries quarreling in Africa. For example, we have the Anglo-French rivalry in Egypt in 1882. We have Anglo-French rivalry over the Niger Delta. We have the Franco-Italian rivalry in Tunis. We have the Anglo-French rivalry in Fashoda village in Sudan in 1898. We have the rivalry between France and Belgium in the Congo Basin, among other areas. So Bismarck summoned the conference and came out with principles on how African territories were peacefully annexed and partitioned without major issues among the European nations. Now, the last stage or method used by Bismarck in foreign policy was Sacred Reinsurance Treaty of 1887. This Sacred Reinsurance Treaty came up again because by 1887, after Bismarck has struggled to renew the Dreikaisebund that was frequently renewed in 1881, relations between Germany and Russia deteriorated again. They were destroyed. The reason was because Germany wanted a German prince called Ferdinand of Saxe-Coburg. Ferdinand of Saxe-Coburg, he was a German prince. So, Germany and Austria supported this German prince to be the ruler of Bulgaria. Don't forget, Bulgaria was the territory in the Balkan whereby Russia was interested to make it big or to have control over it. Russia again was not happy because Russia felt that if Germany and Austria they want a German to be the king of Bulgaria, it means that Germany is indirectly looking for a way to have access to control Bulgaria, which was given to Russia when the Dreikaisebund was renewed in 1881. So Russia was not happy. So with this tension between Russia and Germany again, France, the general of France, there was General Boulanger of France, who was keeping his eye crossed, looking for what was going to transpire between Germany and Russia. General Boulanger immediately called Russia that a Franco-Russian alliance should be formed. Bismarck said, over my dead body, will France go closer to Russia? So he has to secretly call Russia. That's why we call it the Sacred Reinsurance Treaty. Russia was called secretly by who? By Bismarck. And they signed the Secret Reinsurance Treaty. Under the Secret Reinsurance Treaty, Bismarck being afraid that Russia will go and allow France and come and fight her, Germany or Bismarck asked Russia to have total control over the affairs in the Balkan. He gave total control over the affairs in the Balkan over Russia, and they agreed that Russia should not fight Germany. Russia should not join any other country whom Germany is fighting in the world to fight against Germany, and Germany was not also going to join another country who want to fight against Russia, and Russia was happy. But this was seen as a betrayal on the terms of the dual alliance. Austria was not happy with the Secret Insurance Treaty because, according to the Secret Insurance Treaty, Austria believed that the person was supposed to have total control over the Balkan was Germany. But Bismarck, being afraid that Russia will form an alliance with France, gave power to Russia to control the Balkan, and so Bismarck betrayed the dual alliance as Austria was not happy. So those were some of the stages that Bismarck used to be able to isolate France. He was a bite and blow diplomat. You will bite you, you are angry, you call you and blow you. Go to this other person and claim over the intelligence of European nations, this great nation. For the period of 20 years, France had come. France was isolated for 20 good years. It was until the 1890 when Bismarck stepped down. And he stepped down because Kaiser William II came over to power and contradicted Bismarck. So when Bismarck resigned, Kaiser William II destroyed the relationship between Germany and Russia. And so Russia needed financial assistance and went and asked assistance from France. In 1902, we have seen where the dual entente was formed. In 1902, the dual entente was formed. Now, when France and Russia formed the dual entente, where now by 1907, Britain came out of her splendid isolation and joined France and Russia in the dual entente and became the triple entente. Those were the stages on how Bismarck was able to isolate France. For more questions, put it in our comment box. Don't forget to subscribe and watch more of our videos as we are moving a step forward. This Academy year 2022-2023, more other lectures will be coming in as you continue to follow us through Benjamin Academy. I am your humble sir, Enchelon, based in Douala. You can contact me 679 26 30 27. You can contact me through this. Thank you so much for watching.